Howdy folks, Jamboree here, and welcome to the first ever episode of ToonPod. Now, I've tried making loads of podcasts before, but they've either gone nowhere or they've not worked. You see, the problem with podcasts is that you have to rely on Skype, and Skype is a nightmare. People that have used Skype can agree with me here. Skype is a dick. Let's just say Skype is a dick. It's a pain to use because it'll randomly cut people out or it'll randomly end the call, and it's really annoying, especially when you're trying to record a podcast or an interview. It makes things incredibly difficult. Before I talk about what ToonPod is and how I'm going to go about making it, what I'm going to present and what I'm going to do, what I'm going to talk about, yada yada yada, I'd like to first introduce myself to those who don't know who I am. My name is Jamboree and I'm a 4th year animation student from Northern England. Outside my study time, I run a web series called Jamboree Reviews, a series where I review animated films. I try to make a new episode every week, but sometimes my essays and projects get in the way. My interests include internet reviews, cartoons, movies, sitcoms, books, documentaries, musicals, paintings, radio, philosophy, and much more. I'm currently living in a student accommodation in the middle of Sheffield with 5 other people. My flatmates are lovely and sometimes appear in a couple of my videos, but a few of them are a bit messy. My hobbies include writing, editing, filmmaking, acting, voice acting, animating, drawing, and many others. Okay, let's talk about ToonPod. What is ToonPod and what am I going to do with it? Well, this show is pretty much going to be a way of me getting my personality across, getting who I am across to people, particularly those who have subscribed to my channel. If you want to get to know a bit more about me, then this is a show to listen to. It's also a way for me to vent out my opinions on films, animations, and other subjects. The main focus for a lot of episodes will be animation, hence the name of this podcast series, ToonPod, hinting to the name cartoon. But I will sometimes go in different directions just to keep the show interesting. I will try to get other people on board for this series by having special guests, but most of these people will be people that I know in person, people that I can get down to me and record with me, because Skype is such a pain. But I will also sometimes attempt to get celebrities to join the podcast series, because as some of you know, I have interviewed a couple of celebrities from the internet and animation industry. Although this will be a once in the blue moon kind of thing because, like I said, Skype is a nightmare. But the people that I will get on board for this show will be interesting people. Most likely people that have helped out with the Jamboree Review series. One idea I have is to host a Q&A by answering people's questions. These include questions on my opinions on animation and film, stuff to do with my studies at university, or whatever. I'll answer anything, really. I'll also be talking about what it's like being an animation student living independently. This means I'll be discussing what it's like to live in a flat and how I look after myself, how I make a student animation, and many other things. One of the things I'll do the most on this show is review things. Things that won't be in my Jamboree Review series. Things like cartoon series, sitcoms, and live action films. I'm also considering having some radio drama and comedy segments in this show. I think this show sometimes will be like a podcast circus. One question some of you might have is, how often am I going to produce this show? Well, quite often, to be honest, because it's going to be an easy process, unlike my other projects. I can work by myself, I can record off the cuff, and, well, I sometimes do have free time now and again. So, I hope you're excited for future episodes of ToonPod. I've been Jamboree. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you're also welcome to follow me on Facebook and Twitter by going to either facebook.com/jamboree or twitter.com/jamboree. Cheerio, folks, and I hope you have a charming day.